how's it going? This is Justin. I just want to introduce this video, which is interviews with the cast and producers of Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. This happened this past weekend at WonderCon 2019, and we're mostly talking about the upcoming season that will start airing on Freeform. So enjoy the video, like and subscribe, and stick around for the end screen that will have a few outtakes and whatnot, so the cards that pop up don't interrupt anyone's answer. So yeah, enjoy.
Yes, let's.
Oh, hey.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Justin.
Olivia, good to see you.
Nice to meet you. All right, so hey, I'm with Olivia Holt. She's Tandy Bowen on Cloak and Dagger. So how was it going into season 2 with your character, seeing that there's a lot to build upon after the finale from the first season?
Sure, yeah. I mean, already season 1 was like just a handful of emotions. I mean, we were feeling every single feeling, and season 2 will definitely be the exact same. We'll be feeling all the feelings, just way more enhanced. And mentally, emotionally, physically, it's just bigger and better, and I'm really excited for the journey that Tandy goes on this season. She's going to learn a lot of big lessons, and I'm really intrigued to see how the audience reacts to it, because their emotions and feelings and opinions will also be challenged as well, which is going to be really cool, because I feel like, when you're watching television, sometimes you're just watching and you're just enjoying the entertainment, but we actually are entertaining and questioning people, and it's going to be good, and I'm really excited for everybody to see it. We worked really hard on it, and I'm really proud of it.
I'm very excited to see the second season, and we see in the first season you can view the hope of somebody, and you can also take it away. Mm-hmm. Are we going to see more of that in the second season? Can you also instill hope into somebody that doesn't have any?
Yeah, so first season we sort of see Tandy juggling the idea of what she can and can't do with her powers, and I think season 2 it's still a little bit there, but she has a bigger grasp on what she can do, and she has a new couple tricks up her sleeve, which is pretty fun. She can energize this energy light ball out of her emotions, and obviously when she touches people she can still see their hopes, and she can throw daggers, manifest them. I mean, it's on a whole new level this season, which is going to be really exciting.
Really exciting.
No,
so,
yeah, it totally is.
One last thing. Are we going to see your eye glow at all this second season?
My eye glow? I don't know.
Sweet. I can't wait to see it.
You gotta watch to find out.
Thank you for talking with us, Olivia.
Bet, of course.
So the first question will be, your character is like a symbol of darkness, but you are a very hopeful person when you aren't really flexing your powers. Is this something that continues for Ty going into season 2 throughout, or is there going to be anything that kind of brings him down because of this?
Well, I mean, Ty is just a really good kid. Living in a church by yourself, without your family, without your girlfriend, can definitely, put someone down. But through it all, that's the biggest thing about our show is, no matter what happens to these characters, they still find the hope in the end. So he doesn't turn into a completely dark person, but he definitely sees a side of the world that he did not know exists. When you grow up under this kind of bubble that his mom was trying to put him in, and to keep him safe, he's finally starting to realize, the real shit that happens in life. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Last season, there was a really opportune moment for you, or for Ty, to explain the struggle of being somebody like a black person in America.
Right.
How important was it to have something like that in an episode, to have a voice, and also, because you did nothing wrong, your parents still told you to run away in the show. Right. How important was that to have a scene like that in the show? I
mean, it's the reality of the world, and I feel like it's not really talked about a lot in our media, in our society. And for it to be on a platform like a Marvel show and a channel like Freeform is amazing, because it's finally letting young kids see the reality of the world. And I actually got a lot of fan reactions from that scene. That's like, this is something that I wish I knew how to put into words for, to explain to my mom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like this, in a world where people kind of judge you off of your looks, more than even your characters, it's kind of hard not to try to be perfect or want to be perfect. But in this world, nobody's perfect. So
sure.
That was one of the biggest moments for me in season 1 that I loved. But season 2, we definitely revisit that a lot as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
So for one last thing, for the cloak, are we going to see something that can be built and durable, that can last throughout a whole season, so maybe like 1 or 2 episodes? Yeah.
I can't tell you.
For sure.
It'll kill the suspense, but I definitely think you'll see something there. There's something to be excited about.
I can't wait to see
Definitely.
it, dude.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. I'm with Emma Lahana. She's O'Reilly from Cloak and Dagger. I'm going to talk a little bit about season 2. So, what can we talk about after the finale? You come out of the water with the invitation.
Right.
Is this something that you're going to use for good things, or could it be like an anti-hero going about bad things, but also in the end it's still good?
Definitely an anti-hero. Yeah, Mayhem is in every way sense and form of vigilante, so that's what's so interesting. I think is for audience members to watch this, you're not going to disagree with what she's doing. You might like grimace at it, but I think at the end of the day you understand her intention and you're not going to 100% disagree with it.
Very cool. This seems like a more physical, demanding season for you.
Yeah.
Did anything from your previous works with maybe like Power Rangers help you find your comfort zone going into season 2?
Not really, because this is a much more grounded show, and so Bridget is like a highly trained detective, and so everything was very stylized. I learned Krav Maga, which I'd never done before, and it's a very different form of martial arts where there's no competitive side of Krav Maga. It's all about self-defense. So learning things like gun disarms and then learning how to shoot like a semi-automatic weapon, which was not fun, to be completely honest with you. So no, it was definitely like a massive departure from anything else.
Well, one last thing. We know your character interacted with Tandy and Ty. Is she going to be a little bit more understanding of what they were experiencing and trying to tell you in the first season, whether it be some clashing because of what you can do now as like Mayhem?
Well, I think Bridget has always understood them. She's not necessarily she's kind of like this kind of New York blunt detective. She's seen a lot, but season 1, she really wanted to take Ty under her wing and definitely wanted him to get justice that was deserved that he didn't get. And she worked so hard. She really wanted that to happen, but it failed. And so when she comes out, it's like all that rage that, when like the Bridget side of her is a lot more by the book, even though she'll kind of skirt outside the edges every now and then. She's a lot more by the book. Mayhem is not. She's like, there are no rules. I've thrown the rule book out. And so she's like, oh, this is what justice is, so I'm going to get it with whatever means that has to happen.
And you do have that Brooklyn attitude, since you do name drop someone like Misty Knight in it too.
Right? I know.
So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited to see season 2 and what you do for the whole season.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you. So nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I got Joe Pakaski here, executive producer for Cloak and Dagger. What can you tell us about season 2 in terms of Ty and Tandy for their relationship and how they go on after what they experienced in the finale?
I think season 1 was about finding your best friend and kind of whether or not you're going to be a hero. And I think season 2 is going to be about what kind of hero are you going to be and how does your best friend fit into it.
So in terms of the relationship between the two, I know they're always best friends in comics. Can we see something that would somewhat come off as romantic between the two since they understand each other?
Have you seen these two human beings who play Tyrone and Tandy? So if you're either of those people looking at the other, it's not like you're not having romantic thoughts. So I think we're slowly building towards something, but because it's Cloak and Dagger, we're going to go in our own kind of sideways kind of way there.
And one last thing, for O'Reilly's character, is there going to be, would it be like a whole season worth of developing what she's going to be up to, or will it be really established early on in terms of like it's kind of mayhem?
Very early on, we don't pull any punches and wait too long to let you know what's happening because especially when you have someone like Emma, we kind of get the obvious questions out of the way first, and then we introduce much more complicated things for her character.
And one last thing, are we going to see a continuation with Mina and Tandy in terms of like developing their friendship?
Absolutely. I think Mina was probably Tandy's first and closest female friend. You don't make a show with Ali Maki and not go back to her as much as possible.
Definitely.
She's been busy doing fancy Pixar things, but Mina shows up at the beginning of episode 3 and kind of becomes a pretty big and important part of the season.
Very cool. It was nice talking to you. I can't wait to see season 2 for Cloak and Dagger. Hi guys, I'm with Jeph Loeb, executive producer for Cloak and Dagger.
Yes.
So my question for you is, with a 10-episode season again,
yes.
Does it leave you like a nice template to design a story to tell versus maybe like a 20-plus episode season?
We don't ever look at a show based on the number of episodes that we have. A story should fit that kind of story. So when we are doing things like S.H.I.E.L.D., which has, or for a long time had 22 episodes, now we're doing, a 13th episode season. But it does change the storytelling, and what's been great about doing 10 eps with Cloak and Dagger is that it really gives you a great structure for you to be able to sort of spend the first 3 episodes sort of setting everything up, and the next 4 episodes adding all the complications, and then the last 3 episodes for you to be able to. And it's not. None of this is math. It's the story goes where it wants to go to, and then you hope that you have a victory. But as we know in the Marvel Universe, it doesn't always work out that way.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, I can't wait to watch season 2, and thank you for talking with me.
Not a problem.
I still haven't seen the Goofy movie. Everyone in your generation loves it.
Oliver and Company.
There you go. Wow. That's a deep cut.
You have really nice handwriting. Sorry, I looked at you.
You looked at my black book.
I'm so sorry.
It's like the same from high school.
I have disgusting handwriting that I can't even read. I should have been a doctor.